Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel here on We the Dreamers. I'm Kate, and today we're diving into part 3 of our Closet Detox Challenge, where we're going to put it all in order. This is the third and final episode in our 3-part Closet Detox Challenge series, and because this is our last episode and we're wrapping it up, I've created a free Closet Detox Challenge ebook, little workbook guide for you. You can get it at the link in the description, and it'll really just help you take the guesswork out of getting dressed. It'll walk you through all 3 parts of this process, and it just sums up everything that we've gone over in case you want an easy, seamless way to revisit this process or just want a helpful guide to walk you through the steps. Be sure to grab your copy at the link below. If you missed the first 2 videos in the challenge and want to check them out, I've linked them in the description. We started with a prep before the purge in part 1, which you can watch here, where we did some planning and prep for our closet detox. And then we got into the actual purge of our closet in part 2, where we asked ourselves 5 simple questions to really get clarity on whether or not an item belongs in our lives anymore. But maybe you already have a closet that's full of only things you love, and if that's the case and you're just looking to put your wardrobe in order in a way that serves you better, this is the video for you. Today we're gonna put our closets in order and organize all the lovely pieces we decided to keep in the most optimal way so we can really get the most out of our wardrobes. First of all, right off the bat, I wanna say you can feel great about the fact that hopefully right now at this point in the process, you're only left with things you love, and that in and of itself is a huge accomplishment. Putting your closet and your wardrobe in order is kind of an ever-evolving process. I don't think it's something that you just do once and you're done. You have to continue to adapt it to the way that you live your life, and the way that we live our lives constantly changes. So the number one thing I want to emphasize before we jump into this part of the challenge is that it's okay if you don't get it right on the first try. What I mean by that is don't be afraid to create space for yourself to really make adjustments to your wardrobe setup along the way to really find a setup that serves you best. So step 1 to putting your closet in order is to assess the space that you have. What you really want to do here is determine what areas of your wardrobe or your closet are most accessible and easiest for you to get to. For me, no doubt the most accessible area where I store clothing is the front of my dresser drawers. My dresser's right here in our bedroom. It's always accessible to me, whereas my closet is sometimes blocked by our bed pillows when our bed is not made. So that means that some mornings, if I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to pick an outfit before I've had a chance to make our bed, which does happen from time to time, I end up climbing over a pile of pillows and it's frustrating and I'm kind of throwing stuff everywhere. So the most accessible place where I store clothes is my dresser. Determine what that is for you, because whatever that most accessible area is prime real estate. For me, if the prime real estate is the front of the dresser drawers, I should be storing staples in there that I reach for every day. Things that I know I'll reach for more often than anything else. Obviously, not every item of clothing can be folded or will make sense to keep in a dresser drawer, but out of the things that do fold, I'm going to pick my favorites, my staples, and make sure that I store them towards the front of those dresser drawers. This means I'm going to store my most often worn jeans in this dresser, my basics like t-shirts and long sleeve shirts that I know I wear, kind of like this one, on a regular basis, cotton, things that can fold easily, undergarments, socks, and leisure and workout clothes as well, because I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for myself to reach in and grab a workout outfit. Trying to eliminate those excuses as much as I can. Now, after you've outlined the most accessible area, go down the list. Just look at the real estate that's available to you, where you store your clothing, and just sort of make a mental note of which zones are going to be the next easiest for you to access. For me, after the dresser, the most accessible piece of real estate I have for storing clothing is just right when I open my closet, that bottom rack. That's the second easiest place for me, a short person, to grab something when I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to pick something to wear. Since I like to wear a lot of long sleeve blouses and button downs, that's where those are going to live, because that's not really a foldable item, but it is something that I wear almost daily. So I'm gonna choose that piece of real estate for those items, because I know that I reach for them several times a week. So as you consider what real estate or area of your closet or dresser each category of clothing should occupy, you want to keep a few things in mind. Your lifestyle is number 1. Do you work from home? If so, you're probably going to wear different pieces to work every day in your home office than somebody who works in a more formal office setting 5 days a week. Try to come up with a clothing storage layout that really allows you to access the things that you need most often when you're most busy based on your lifestyle. Another big thing to consider is the climate where you live and the season that we're currently in. Even though I live in Los Angeles, where the climate is relatively stable year-round, When I lived in colder climates, I lived in Tennessee, I lived in Ohio, I lived in North Carolina. When I lived in colder climates and my closet real estate was limited, which it pretty much always has been for all of the apartments I've lived in my life, I would always rotate items that were weather appropriate to the front of my closet, depending on the season. And then in the opposite season, I would reverse that setup. I actually still do this even living in LA, because in the winter it does get cold enough for me to need a sweater or a jacket of some kind every time I leave the house. Sometimes even in the house, because my husband likes the house to be really cold. So since I'm currently doing this closet detox challenge and filming this in the winter months in LA, I am going to carve out some real estate towards the front of my closet for my cozy sweaters. And I'm going to retire my breezy, summery long skirts that I like to wear in the summer, but I don't touch with a 10-foot pole when it's 50 degrees out in the winter. I'm gonna rotate those to the back of the closet where the cozy sweaters live in the summer. So once it starts to get warmer, I'm gonna switch those categories. If you want, if you're visual like me, you can even draw yourself a little chart of where each category of items is going to go. So when it comes time to pull out all your stuff and put it back according to your fancy new setup, it's super seamless. Okay, so once you know the general areas you're going to designate for each category of your wardrobe, step 2 is to decide how you want to organize them within those areas. Personally, I'm an artist. I like to loosely organize my wardrobe by color just because it's the simplest way for me visually to see what I have. But you also might decide to organize by fabric weight or formality of the pieces or how often you like to wear the item. My personal organization system has everything first sorted by type of item, right? Tops, skirts, pants, jumpsuits. Then within those categories, each type of item is sorted by color, and within each color, I have things sorted from casual to formal. Personally, I dress casually a whole lot more than I dress formally, so the casual pieces are always in front of the formal ones. There's no wrong way to do this, so just play around with something that seems like it might work for you, and you can try it on for a couple of weeks and see how you're liking it. Okay, now you have your plan in place, so the next step, step 3, is to take everything out of your closet. After part 2, we just threw everything back in our closet that we decided to keep, and we didn't worry about our organization system yet, we just put it back. So if you followed this detox from the beginning and that's what you did, like me, we're gonna take all the stuff out of the closet now. Take it all out. Maybe if you have it already loosely categorized, try to keep it that way to make this a little simpler. And now it's time to put everything back according to your brand new organization system. So as you start to hang everything back up according to this system, everything in its new spot, try to get a sense of how it feels. If immediately it feels like, whoa, something's off, this isn't gonna work for me, then you can make adjustments as you go. But personally, after I change up my organization system for something like my closet, I like to just live with it for a couple of weeks and see how I feel. Make observations about what's working and what's not working, kind of like we did in the very beginning in the prep episode. Change can definitely be weird to adjust to at first, but since we've done so much intentional planning as a part of this closet detox challenge, it may be that this new system is actually going to serve you a lot better, and it just might take a couple weeks of getting used to it. So now that you have your closet real estate divided up in a way that makes sense to you, step 4 is to start creating outfit formulas to take the guesswork out of getting dressed. Outfit formulas are going to make getting dressed a million times easier. If you've never used them, I'm very excited to introduce you to this concept. Outfit formulas are a concept I learned from this book, The Curated Closet, which is by Anushka Rees. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but it's a wonderful book. They actually have a workbook as well to go along with it. I'll put a link in the description to both of these. These books have helped me so much to get into the weeds of what I really want to keep in my closet, how I want to live my life in my wardrobe, and outfit formulas are really the central idea of their approach in this book. Put simply, an outfit formula is like a recipe. It tells you the ingredients that you need in order to create a certain type of outfit that you like to wear, and then it allows you to see which of those ingredients you already own and which ones you maybe want to plan to invest in the future. Outfit formulas are amazing for taking the guesswork out of getting dressed for just about any occasion, but I especially love them when I'm traveling. Traveling means packing a suitcase, maybe even packing a carry-on if you're like me and you really, really want to keep it light, and there's very limited space in a suitcase. To better illustrate the idea of an outfit formula, here is an example of an outfit formula that I wore several different versions of during a 3-week trip to Europe last fall. The ingredients that go into this outfit formula are a long sleeve blouse, a pair of leather or formal tailored shorts, black tights, comfortable black boots I can walk in, a heavyweight blazer, and a scarf. I wore some version of this outfit formula every day for 3 weeks, and I never repeated an outfit. What I like to do when I find an outfit formula that I really particularly like this one, is just take a photo of an outfit that's a good example, a good representation of that outfit formula, and save it in an album in my phone. Super simple. If you want to get really type A with it, you can always create a spreadsheet or a Google Doc or something in Notion or in the Notes app in your phone and literally write down your outfit formula, and then underneath it, you can write down examples of different items, different ingredients that you have that can work for that outfit formula. I think there actually is some sort of exercise that walks you through that process if you're interested in getting into the weeds of it in the Curated Closet workbook. The best thing about outfit formulas is that they really help you get a handle on what you own and how you want to wear it. For me personally, I like to come up with different outfit formulas based on how cold it is outside. As somebody who gets cold really easily, I get really specific about this is an outfit formula that works if it's in the 60s in LA, or this is an outfit formula that works if I'm going to New York in the winter and it's going to be probably in the 20s or 30s. That might sound like overkill to someone else, but it really helps me simplify what my options are based on how cold it is outside or where I'm going. It's also helpful to create specific outfit formulas for rainy days if you live somewhere where it rains a lot, because of course, you're probably not gonna want to reach for your beautiful suede jacket on a day when it's pouring rain. So creating outfit formulas and finding which ones really work for you, which ones are your go-tos that you really love, is the best way, I think, to ultimately get the most out of your wardrobe. And if you want to take it a step further, once you have those outfit formulas, it'll give you a really great sense of what's missing in your wardrobe. For me, this has allowed me to really shop intentionally instead of just buying stuff that catches my eye on a whim. So once you play around with some formulas and find ones that you like, you'll be able to see very clearly, okay, I really like this outfit formula, but man, I only have 2 long sleeve blouses that I really love. Or maybe you have a bunch of long sleeve blouses, but they're patterned and they're not solid. And you feel like in order to create this particular outfit formula, you could really stand to invest in a couple of blouses that are solid colors instead of patterned. Step 5 would be to make a list of those pieces that you feel like are missing, so that next time you feel like you have a little extra cash or you're at the store and you're trying to really decide what's worth it to buy, you can have something to refer to and say, you know what? That's a great plain white blouse. I'm missing that ingredient in order to create that outfit formula. I like to actually keep a running list in my phone, in my Notes app, in my Notion of pieces that are still kind of missing from my wardrobe, so that when I'm browsing online or I'm at the store and I have a little bit of extra cash and I know I really want to invest in something for my wardrobe, I really have a roadmap. I know, okay, I am missing this ingredient and I really want to be able to create this outfit formula, so it would be better to invest in this than another pattern blouse when I have like 15 of those. Now, buying stuff that I love on a whim is definitely something I'm guilty of. Everybody's guilty of it. It's fun now and then, but it kind of reminds me of that meme about how grocery shopping purely on vibes like always ends in disaster. I've definitely been guilty of that too. It's the same thing with your closet. The reason that we end up with a bunch of food in our fridge that we never eat is the same reason that we end up with a bunch of shit in our closet that we never wear, because we're not shopping intentionally for a recipe or an outfit formula of any kind. Now and then, it's fun to buy a random ingredient or piece of clothing and, you know, bring it home and hope that we use it or wear it. But for the most part, I think if we want to maintain a wardrobe that we really love, that's really functional, that we wear and use, I think it's best to shop with intention and really have a pretty good idea when we take a piece home of how we're going to incorporate it, how we're going to wear it in our wardrobe as a whole and within specific outfit formulas even. All right, step 6, the very last order of business in this Closet Detox Challenge is to decide what to do with the things we are not keeping. My biggest piece of advice here is just to keep it simple and don't overthink it. You've already determined that it's time for these things to go on their merry way. They don't belong in your life and your closet anymore, so don't overthink it and just make a decision and be done with it. I like to use this really simple chart, ask myself these super simple questions to decide, should I sell this item? Should I donate this item or should I toss this item? Essentially, the first thing you want to ask yourself is this item damaged beyond repair? Is it in bad shape? Is there a really bad stain on it that we can't get out? Is it a sweater that's coming apart? Nobody wants to buy that item. We're not going to donate something that's terribly damaged. For those items that are too far gone, we're going to toss them. For items that aren't damaged, the stuff that's still in good shape, ask yourself, are you already selling stuff on a platform, on an app? Do you use Facebook Marketplace? Do you use Depop? Do you use Poshmark? Whatever it is this something that you're accustomed to doing? The reason I say this is because it's more of a lift than you think to set up a storefront, to take pictures of your stuff, to list it, to take the measurements, and it's kind of a lot of work to sell your clothes, especially if you have a lot of them. So if this is something you already do and you already enjoy this, then I say go ahead and decide to sell the item. List it, put it up in your storefront, and hopefully you have a place to store it in the meantime that's out of your way while you're waiting for somebody to buy it. If you don't already sell your stuff online, this isn't something you're used to. The next thing I would do is ask yourself, are you willing to put in the time and energy that it's gonna take to set this up? And can you remain unemotional about it? This is always a big factor for me, and there are certain things that I can remain unemotional about, and I can sell them and it's no big deal. And there's other stuff where I know if I put that up for sale, I'm gonna sit around thinking about it. I'm not gonna be sure I actually am ready to let go of it. I'm gonna be sad maybe when somebody buys it. And at that point, I decide I better just donate this. So if you aren't sure that you have the time or the energy in your schedule to set up a storefront, to photograph your stuff and actually follow through with selling it, or if you're just really not sure you can remain unemotional and you're afraid that you're actually gonna waffle and try to put all the stuff you decided you don't wanna keep back in your closet along the way, take that box to a donation drop-off and don't think twice about it. Don't forget to grab your free Closet Detox Challenge workbook at the link in the description to help you take the guesswork out of getting dressed. I'm really curious if outfit formulas or some similar concept is something that you already use, or if this is something new. Let me know in the comments if you're up for trying it, or if it sounds way too type A for you. I'm super curious to hear your thoughts and your tips on putting together outfit formulas, figuring out how to put your closet in order in a way that really works for you and serves you. This challenge was a really fun way to break down my process of clearing the clutter out of my closet, and I'd love to hear if it was helpful for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this Closet Detox Challenge as much as I did. Let me know in the comments, and maybe it's something that we can create sort of an annual series out of. Or in general, if you'd like to see more videos on this topic of closet organization in general, drop your ideas in the comments below. You all always have the best ideas. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos about living well in your home and your headspace, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much.